Okay, so now this is where it gets all very interesting, when we're going to make use of our horizontal support and resistance together with our trend line support and resistance. So now that you understand that a trend line is also a support and resistance, and we already showed you how to draw our horizontal support and resistance earlier in the course, you have to combine it together to have that powerful strategy, powerful confirmation of what's going on in the market. So to get into high probability trades, this is one of the most powerful techniques. When these setups occur, don't hesitate taking trades based on these setups at all, because this is very fully valid and very powerful move. So combine our trend line support and resistance. Now that you understand that a trend line is also a support or resistance depending on the market where it is, but as well as including our horizontal support and resistance, which you should be used to by now because we've been using them throughout the whole course. But basically, once you combine these two, this is when you get a high probability trades, because this is one of the most powerful techniques you can use in this market, which is to combine the trend line support and resistance together with the horizontal support and resistance. So a trend line entry setup happens, which also coincides with the previous resistance level intersected now to turn support. Remember, resistance turns into support and support turns into resistance. So now you have two supports working for you at the same level. So you have your trend line support as well as your horizontal support put together, confirming a position, right? So okay, so for, as you can see right now on the chart right here, for a bullish setup, as you can see, this is a bullish market, so the trend is up. As you can see, the bullish market right there, we have our trend line, supporting trend line going up. So it is a support because it's supporting the price from trying to break through to the downside, but then it's being resisted, right? So that's why we're calling our support, and is a trend line in a bullish market, right? Connecting our higher lows or the troughs in this uptrend market. So that's how we got our trend line. So from this point going backwards like this line right here is our resistance line, right? Is our resistance line until it got broken through. So the moment that it was broken through and the market came back to test it, this line now turned into support. So it's no longer resistance, it's now support, but it's only resistance up to the point where this market broke through from here. So here it was resistance, and then when it broke through and came back to retest, this resistance line is now our support line, and that is what we call that's why we say resistance turns into support. But at the same time, remember, we have this line here which is going up. There's a line right here which is our trend line support, and right here, look here, what's happening here. We have the two basically the meet up together here. At this point we have a resistance, now support, so this is now our support, and we have this supporting price here as well. So why wouldn't you take a trade exactly where these two are confirming a buy position? They're both confirming a buy position. This line here is telling us that the market has come to a point where it should turn around. At the same time, this important line here as well is telling us that the market is going up. So this is basically a double confirmation, because the resistance level intersected now becomes support, and it's also working together and confirming the same direction with our trend line, which is overall showing us the uptrend move. So this is what we mean when we say, when you put together these two, you have a powerful confirmation. And as you can see, it indeed was really powerful. I mean, look where the market went all the way up here, and basically that was a powerful trade, right? Again, the same thing happened here. As you can see, we still have our ups, we still have our trend line support, and then we also have horizontal trend line right here. So as you can see, it was resistance, broke through, turned into support, and then here we have double confirmation. We have support number one, we have support number two. So as you can see, this is exactly what we're trying to show you. And I mean, if you look at it, it's just a powerful setup. It's really a powerful setup. And I mean, look at what happened. It went all the way back to retest the new resistance, and then that would have been an opportunity for you to take your profits, or let's lock your profits, right? Because remember, at a resistance or support level, that's where that is our target for take profit, or at least to lock profits and let the market run in case it breaks through. But if you start seeing like right here, I mean, if you can zoom in, you can clearly see that we have some candlesticks showing us turnaround. So this is a small doji candle right there. Doji shows us the market is about to turn around, so that is what you will be looking at. So you have to put everything together, put it all together. It just comes out very, very powerful. So that's why we've been breaking this course into sections where we teach you everything that you need to know. And then in the last section, that with the bank trader strategy, which is going to be our next section after we're done with this, is basically going to be where you're just going to see everything come alive as we put everything together. So it's really, really powerful once you have such confirmations. Never take a trade based on just one confirmation, or that is just straight method to failure when you want to trade forex. So when it comes to trading forex. Okay, and then obviously in our opposite market, so in a downtrend market, it's going to be the exact opposite of what we've been going through right now. So the previous support level broken becomes resistance level instead of becoming a support level, right? So it's the other way around, where this coincides with the downtrend line. So remember, our downtrend line is now resistance, so it's now acting as a resistance, preventing the price from breaking up to the upside, right? So this is basically what we mean by resistance. And as you can see right now here, we have our support line, so it's supporting the price from breaking through. So up to here, this line is our support, but the moment that the price actually breaks through, like what you're seeing right here with this arrow, the broken price becomes our resistance. So now this price is not, this point right here is no longer a support, is now a resistance, because it's now resisting the market from going up. But at the same time, remember, this is our resistance, showing that the trend is going down and is preventing the price from going up. We can see that these two actually create an intersect right here. So they intersect here, and that is the perfect trade setup that you can have when it comes to trading this trend line strategy. So when it comes to trend line strategy, this is the best setup that you can ever have, and is the most powerful that you should take. When you find it, no hesitation at all, take that trade. It's very powerful. But at the same time, when you're trading trend line strategy, there are three things that you need to keep in mind. These are some of the things that you need to keep in mind for you to see that you actually have a good a good entry position on this strategy, right? So number one, you need to figure out whether you have a horizontal support level or horizontal resistance level, because you are either buying or you're selling, right? So you need to have one of these, as well as one of the following, which is a broken resistance level turned into support, or a broken support level turned into resistance, depending on whether it's a bullish market or bearish market. So check if they work in your favor, because as a trader you should be aware of this. So once you have these two, then basically you have your confirmed buy position or confirmed sell position. So this is basically what we want you to keep in mind, as we have seen with our examples how it should look like. So that's basically the first section of this trend line strategy, and the second section we're going to talk about how the trend is your friend. So let's jump straight into that.